Bitcoin moved exactly into the levels that I had pointed out yesterday, and now I know a lot of people are wondering, will we go lower or was that already it? That is something that we're going to talk about today, and I will show you, of course, again, everything that I have prepared here. There's so much stuff to talk about today. Once again, all these charts we will go over here just in a minute, so stick around and let's go. Hi guys, welcome back on this Tuesday. So I try to keep this stream today a little bit shorter than the one yesterday, or both yesterday. They were quite long both yesterday, so I try to keep it shorter. I will try to focus on the morning stream that is basically now, to focus more on Bitcoin and Ethereum and other majors, and then when I do the second stream, focus there more on altcoins. But being said that, I will still talk about in the evening also about Bitcoin and Ethereum, especially if something major shifts during the course of the day. Now let's directly talk about, why is my AC not really working? Doesn't matter. Okay, what's going on today economically in the US? So because I just found here something that we should pay attention to, and that is that we are gonna get at 8:30 in the US, which is roughly in how many hours? In 7 hours. In 7 hours, we're gonna get core CPI reading, and they're expecting that core CPI will go up. That is the forecast. So I hope it will not go up personally, because that could have a negative impact on on risk on assets and markets overall. So you don't want that the forecast actually holds true. So what you want is that you get a lower reading than what's expected, or in the best case that we are staying at what we have currently. And the same comes here. For the year over year, expected is 3%, currently is 2.8. So you want that we get 2.9, or that it stays at 2.8 in the best case scenario here. When we're looking at the DXY pre-market in the US, the DXY is pulling back, but trust me, if CPI comes out as expected, as forecasted, the DXY will move a little bit higher, most likely closer to that 99 point mark that I had shown yesterday, holding as resistance, because it was here confirmed as resistance. Now when we come up, it should hold again, and then it's downwards from there. Something else happened in Bitcoin over the night, and that is that we saw now that small pullback starting that I mentioned yesterday multiple times, and we are starting to fill the CME gap. So there is a risk that we going now all the way down to fill that CME gap. Why is there to $118,500, which would be not the end of the world, you know. So on spot we were already there. I don't know why CME did not fully catch up to that. But if we get one more move here to the downside on spot, that should get us to fill the CME gap, and then we should be back to the go to the upside. Again, I don't believe that we are coming now immediately all the way down here to fill this gap, because that was created during market open in the US on Friday. So that could be also just a glitch on TradingView that nobody is fixing, you know. So I have seen that before. That's why I'm not putting so much weight on that, even though everybody is seeing it and saying, oh no, we are going to go there now, we're going to go there now. No, this is not a proper CME gap, you know, so it might be just a glitch on the chart. So this here is the proper CME gap up here. And when we're looking then at Bitcoin, so now the weekly candle looks quite ugly, not gonna lie. That could be a short-term topping formation if we are not reversing that here over the next almost 6 days. But honestly, I believe we are going to reverse that here latest by Thursday, that we are back above $120,000. There, like I said, there's today core CPI, there's tomorrow PPI, that can all have an impact on the price and causing that we are staying around these levels or come all the way down here to like $114,000 worst case scenario, and go up from there then back over 120,000 in the direction of $138,600. Here on the daily chart, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you just yesterday? I told you yesterday, we will drop back into the Bollinger Band, and you need to be careful. You have to be careful when this is happening. And learn and behold, we are back in the Bollinger Band. So, but that being said, when we're back in the Bollinger Band, that is not the end of the move, you know. So even if we would drop back all the way down here to the middle band of the Bollinger Band to $111,000, we would still get continuation to the upside. Of course, I'm not seeing that right now that we go that low, and I'm going to show you that in a moment why. But that we're back in the Bollinger Band is healthy, and that was supposed to be happening, you know. So there was no way around that this is not happening. And now what we want to see is that we maybe consolidate here a little bit, you know, and slowly keep going back up, but staying within that Bollinger Band. Here on the on this daily chart here, we are also currently sitting in the extended golden ratio, which is again a really, really good sign for us that we are not dropping below that. We want to stay within that golden ratio and make sure that this is now definitely a support level from where we can bounce back to the upside. So as long as we are staying here above $116,660, we should be fine. We should be fine. Lose that level, and we will come a little bit lower, and then the next major support on the daily chart would be actually at around $111,000 if the golden ratio is not holding. There's on shorter time frames, of course, different levels that I'm watching, but on the higher time frames, this is where the next major support is lying. Then here on the 1 hourly chart, I just posted this on Twitter earlier, and also yesterday I had already pointed out this level here, that underlying support from 117,100 to 116,640 approximately. That could be a short-term bounce level, and for now it is holding. It is holding. We got here a nice wick to the downside that showed that buyers stepped in, want to keep the price afloat and potentially move it from here back to the upside. That's why I use that currently as a re-entry level for long positions. So if you're not in the long right now, I would do this exactly the same like with altcoins, you know. So if you want to trade this right now, you go in with 25% of the total amount that you want to allocate into a new Bitcoin position. 25% from where we are currently at. That was an ugly arrow. From where we are currently at. And then the first take profit point on that trade would be here, the new all-time high. That's how I would trade this. And your stop loss becomes the bottom of the last 1 hourly candle. So when you look at this, there's a nice move, 5.17% with like a 0.75% stop loss. Risk to reward is definitely given. So, and I would personally take that risk here on a trade like that. So especially if we keep consolidating above or within that green zone and don't come really much closer to that wick here, we should get a reversal already from these levels. And if you want to take this trade, guys, then go to BloFin. There's a link in the chat pinned and also in the description. You get actually also 10% cash back. I always forget to mention that. 10% cash back on your initial deposit, which is amazing. So you deposit $10,000, you get $1,000 back, and then just trade with the $1,000 that you get for free, you know. So, and take the $10,000 off the exchange if you want to. That's like one way how you can do that, and you can keep repeating that across multiple exchanges that actually give you free money that way. There's more than just BloFin that is doing that. And then again, depending on your trading volume, you will get, after achieving these milestones, also these prices here, they're guaranteed. That's not like an if or a but, you know, so they're guaranteed if you hit these trading volume milestones from an iPhone to a MacBook to an Apple Vision Pro or a Rolex, and you can convert that also into cash. Here's something else that I want to mention. You remember I have that trading group. I will let more people in this group again if you deposit at least $500 and follow the steps in the description of that live stream. So you have to open an account with my link, deposit $500, then reach out to my team on Twitter or on Telegram to get in there. We turned already the $500 almost into $1,200, and we had only one losing trade. In that whole time that we are doing that, one losing trade, that's all that we got so far, you know. So, and I'm gonna turn this now in the next 2 weeks with everybody in there into 5,000. So you're technically not too late yet if you still want to get in that. So, but follow the steps in the description. So here on the 15 minutes chart, also here, you can clearly see right now where short-term resistance is and the underlying bigger support here at 115,400 to 113,500. There is some huge support levels on the 50 minutes chart. But here, look at this. Let me actually make here a small box out of that. This here is your short-term support that we are also currently bouncing in on the higher time frames. The only thing that I don't like here is that stochastic is rolling over while the MACD is bullish, but the RSI also going down. So here we are technically soon again in oversold conditions. Hence why I believe that we are not going that much low. We're gonna stay here in that small range and from there get that move back into higher levels. So the first sign that we're actually moving back into the prior all-time high will be when we break this downward sloping trend line. So if you want to watch something while you are entering now the trade that I've given on the 1 hourly chart, the confirmation for the trade will come when we break this downward sloping trend line. So that's what you really, really want to watch right now. That's why, again, that's why I'm telling you guys, 15-minute time frames. You know, there you find the best entries. That's where you find your confirmation for your trades back into higher levels. So here, just, no, I want to make this different color. So here, it's the same thing. You know, it's absolutely the same thing. You watch that box here. As long as we are holding that box, we're going to get the next leg here up. On the 4 hourly chart, also here, this looks currently like a bottoming candle. It will be confirmed with the next 4 hourly candle if we move here back to the upside. If you don't see the next 4 hourly candle reclaiming the 20 moving average at $118,200, be ready that we go down to the 50 moving average and get from there that bounce. So there is the possibility that we would come down to $115,700 approximately and bounce from there then back. Just something that you need to keep in mind right now on the, yeah, I would say, yeah, still kind of like a shorter time frame, you know, 4 hourly time frame. So that's something also that I'm watching closely here, because depending on how this is going to play out here over the next coming hours, I will add more at current levels to my altcoin trades, or depending on how the next 4 hourly candle turns out, just wait that we hit here the 50, get confirmed support there, and then I will add more to my altcoin positions. But I want to mention there are altcoins that are holding up insanely well right now that I'm going to show you here in a moment. I was surprised when I saw that this morning. When I went the first time here to the computer and looked at it, and I was like, whoa, this is actually crazy that they're more or less where they were yesterday, even after Bitcoin dropped here so much to the downside and grabbed all that liquidity. Again, did I not tell you that we will come down first into this area here and most likely get also a bounce, a short-term bounce from that area here? Look here, we took all the over-leveraged liquidity exactly as expected, and we have a small bounce candle here on the 4 hourly chart right now. We only need the confirmation in the next 4 hourly candle that we go back up, and that move in the next 4 hourly candle will most likely then go here to fill that fair value gap all the way up to $119,255. Now we have some short liquidity building. That was also predicted by me that this is going to happen straight afterwards. So, and this is around the prior all-time, the current all-time high, where we have here over-leveraged short liquidity. Oh, come on, give me that. Short liquidity. So, and again, major target now on the back of bears. That thing that we just keep dropping here all the way down to like $107,000, you know, and they think, oh wow, amazing, let's get greedy here and go with 100x because they were lucky. And trust me, it is pure luck, you know. So there was no technical indication that here $123,233 is the next major resistance level, you know. So they got, that is pure luck if you short from there with 100x. So, but they feel, oh yeah, this is going like this now. And it will not, you know. So most likely what's going to happen, worst case that, best case from here, you know, and then they get liquidated. Then on the liquidation heat map, let me go back to the monthly, because also that was something that I showed yesterday. So here you can also clearly see we tapped into the highest concentrated area that was closest to the price, $116,700. So that would have been a really good short target to get out of a short already, because you, like I said, you don't know where it's starting to bounce from. You know, it can bounce now, it can bounce from 115,300. It, like I said, it can happen that we drop lower and below the 50, and then we drop, then we bounce here from 112, 111,000. You know, but not lower. We are not going down here right now. That's not what's going to happen. But here on the liquidation heat map, you see it here on a shorter time frame. Here, more confluence, 115,200. There stops the current concentration of liquidity that has built up over the last 2 weeks. There it stops. Then there is a gap to $112,000. And usually when you have here these dark blue gaps, that is where the move initially stops and then reverses, if it not only already happens here in the middle somewhere, which also is happening quite often. Then something else that I wanted to show you this morning, and that is where we are actually at in the cycle right now, because I know there's also a lot of confusion in the market right now where people are saying, oh, we are already in euphoria, you know, so where we are basically at the end, you know, of the market. We are not there yet. If we would be in euphoria, Ethereum would be breaking all-time highs, Solana would breaking all-time highs, Sui would be like over $10, XRP would be at $5, or even higher than that, maybe even $10. So we would be way, 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 way higher than where we are right now, because euphoria is like the last leg of the run, you know, so it's like the absolutely last tiny bit where we see crazy moves in altcoins, and also meme coins. Meme coins would have done from here like 10, 20, 50x, you know, so which we definitely have not done yet. So that's why I wanted to come out and show you where we're actually at right now. I believe that we are currently in the best case, or actually in the worst case scenario, because we want to that this lasts for a really long time. In the worst case, so the best case scenario, we are still in optimism. Worst case scenario, we are in belief. So we are in between somewhere here right now, in my opinion, and there's so much more room to go to the upside. Actually, I lean more to the optimism phase that we are there, because people are still not believing that altcoins going now absolutely ballistic. You know, they are still not really mentally there yet, even though the writing is on the wall. You know, the writing is on the wall that the altcoins are going to explode now any given day, insanely to the upside, and they are still not seeing that. I believe that the belief stage will kick in some point next month, most likely in 4 to 5 weeks from now, when people actually come back from holidays and even more money gets into the market. And in the best case scenario, just around the FOMC meeting, which is like 2 weeks away, you know, so somewhere around there. Hence, yeah, why I don't believe that we are just yet in the belief stage, because then when we are there, you see that coins already went a little bit crazy, you know, which did not happen just yet. You know, 30-40% within 2-3 days is not that crazy in a bull run, actually, you know. So here the dominance keeps also dropping to the downside as expected. Again, I'm looking for that we are breaking this low point here. When this is broken, then we should get a nice leg here to the downside, nice continuation. And that will, of course, reflect then into altcoins. So then something else that we need to pay attention to in the next coming days is the USDT dominance. So why is the market going down right now? Because the USDT dominance is going up. So people take profit. People move their money from coins back into USDT. Then you get bounce candles like that. You know, so we retested here the 4.3% level in the dominance as support, and it held. What you want to see right now is that we are breaking this to the downside and go below 4% on the USDT dominance. I have actually to see, I pulled this up earlier for the stream, where I thought like, hey, it might be a good idea to talk about this, how low we actually went here. I think 3.55% is the lowest that we ever, oh no, we were lower, okay. So I forgot about this, how low we went. Okay, then there is not the end in my opinion. There was the end, I think, last time. Was it here? No, we went here lower in 2021. Yeah, so we have to target the lows from last cycle. So here, almost, yeah, slightly below 2%. So we are not even close, you know. So now imagine how much more, there's basically the double amount of money still lying in stable coins that's not in the market. So now think about this. Think about this. What this will do to the market when basically the twice as much money still has to come into the market to end this bull run. So Bitcoin, easy, $160,000. So some altcoins, Ethereum, in my opinion, $10,000, $15,000. Solana, over $1,000. So that is what I'm looking for. And if we are actually breaking this 2% level here, or slightly below 2%, 1.94% level, it will even get more crazy, because we did not have last time, like I said yesterday, ETFs, institutions, and all that kind of stuff in the market. So that could lead to that we actually go below 1.94% and go into levels not seen. I would say, yeah, maybe 1.5%. Maybe 1.5% could be the target for this bull run. So somewhere in between here, that is what I'm looking at for the stablecoin market to drop to end this bull run. Somewhere in between that area here. So, and just as I just said, we are not even close. Not even. It's insane how much more money will come into this market, or not into this market, but into coins getting distributed into other coins, and prop up the whole the altcoins. So here, total free market cap went all the way up to $975 billion yesterday, got rejected from there. I mentioned that multiple times that this will most likely be happening unless we are breaking or closing here a candle within that resistance area. We went all the way back down here to 926 billion. That is holding as support. Let the total free market cap consolidate here a little bit. It will give us ample opportunity to enter some nice altcoins before we get the next leg here past $1 trillion. If you want to trade altcoins, guys, here, do this on Bybit. As you can see, I have still my Bybit trades. I was up way more yesterday than this, but I'm absolutely fine with that. I keep them running because I know what's coming, and I'm going to show that to you also in a moment. You get up to $30,000 in sign-up bonuses and deposit bonuses on Bybit, plus a Bybit card. I actually ordered a new one right now, a physical one, because I told you what happened. Some idiot thought he can use my card because I lost the physical one, but did not work. But it kept trying until this morning. Crazy, and now I ordered a new one. So if you also want a Bybit card, sign up here on Bybit, where I have all my altcoin trades. So Ethereum is consolidating in that potential bull flag here. And now I said yesterday, if we come here back to the bottom to $2,920, good moment to enter. Within that flag right now, I would not do that, because there's still a chance that we come back here to $2,920 one more time. And you don't want to enter in no man's land, basically. You want to get either a retest of the bottom of the flag or a break of the flag. That's what we are looking for. And something else that I have to mention here, if that flag is extending like this here, it's not a flag anymore, so because then the flag is longer than the pole, and then it's not a flag anymore. Regardless of that, I would still use these support and resistance levels as points where you either long from support or from the break of resistance, so that doesn't change. It doesn't change. It's just that pattern is then invalid, so if the pole, the flag goes on here for a little bit longer. So here on the 4-hourly chart, I see early signs of a bounce and a potential reversal. When you look here at the RSI, because the RSI is bouncing. So, and like I said, in the next 2 hours, in the next 4-hourly candle opens, we're gonna find out if the market is ready to bounce straight from here, or if we need a little bit more consolidation, going a little bit lower, and then get the next leg to the upside. Also, something that I have to mention here, drops, these small drops that we see right now in Bitcoin and Ethereum, they can be over really, really quickly within a 6 to 8 hour period in a bull run. I've seen it before many times. So I would be not surprised to see that, so that over the course of today that we actually continue to go into higher levels. So here, that on the daily chart starts to look not that great, to be honest. So on the, because that could be a small broadening rising wedge here. So you don't want to see something like this, because that is prone to break down, so on the daily chart. But to be honest, the indicators are also overextended. So best case scenario, what I see here for Ethereum on the daily time frame is just that we consolidate for a couple of days and then get here a nice leg into higher levels. That would be the healthiest, in my opinion, instead of turning around and doing a God candle to the upside. Then Solana could not hold $165. Also something that I mentioned yesterday. We got close to $157. For Solana, honestly, really good level to enter right now into a long position. I'm actually also already trigger happy. I'm really trigger happy here to open a Solana position at these levels. But again, I wait for the next 4-hourly candle to get my confirmation, and then I will do that, and I will post it then on Twitter. So follow me also on Twitter if you want to see that. AMCrypto Alex is my Twitter handle. When I open new positions, potentially before I do the next stream tonight. So here, why would I do that? Because here the RSI is doing the same thing what Ethereum does, points to the upside. Stochastic about to bottom out here. Also, the MACD potentially turning around here. So there are a lot of signs that we are potentially already at the turning point, and that's why I want to be positioned right. And also here on the bump and run pattern, we got really, really close to the downward sloping trend line. So if we are not touching that trend line here, then at that low here of $158.40 might have been the throwback that we were looking for. So and then you can trade this already. Here to $167 and then higher. If you want to look for like a scalp trade, enter at the current level, trade to $167. I will personally hold this longer, at least like to $207, and potentially even higher from there, depending on how much money I make. If I want to compound that into a new trade, so I'm gonna find that out along the way. So now let's have a look here. So one of the coins that is showing insane strength here is actually SUI that I saw this morning. So SUI, insane strength. I gave you yesterday here that setup and said if we hold above $3.81, I would enter this. Even though we got here a massive wick to the upside, I would still consider entering this right now, and you can either trade this only to $4.23 or into a new all-time high of $6.50. That's up to you which one you want to take, but these are the entry levels for both trades. So why stopping at $4.23? Because we have here some highs that have confirmed resistance around that level. So that might be a rejection point, and you could potentially round trip, back to your entry. So that's why if you want to trade the short-term setup, 8.88%, so then you just get out there. If you want to trade the bigger setup, then you have to set your stop loss at that moment in time around $4.13. I would, so if we are, let me put it this way, at $4.13, I would set it to $4. If it touches $4.23, put it to $4.13, then you let it run, or you get kicked out and you enter then below $4 once again into that trade. That's how I would play that currently. But crazy strength here, definitely in SUI. Then I do here quick, I think, this chart, no, I have on another chart, I have hype. So here I have everything that's on that blue list is here. Then Injective also did not insanely drop a lot to the downside. So I'm still in my trade, and I'm gonna add to this trade if we are breaking that green zone here. So I'm not stopped out, so if you got stopped out, that's fine, but you should have actually waited a little bit to get here a proper 4-hourly candle above that level, because here, potentially, let me see on the 1-hourly chart how that looks. Potentially here is a W forming like this. So again, we need most likely the next 6-hour period to confirm that with the 4-hourly candles being aligned for this. But if you see here move back in direction of like $12.70, $12.84, that might be the moment where we are going to break this time and start moving to the upside. So here is already from that area W pattern that has not fully played out yet, because the target is $14.08. And I will personally take my first profit when we touch this downward sloping trend line, because that is again a multi-month trend line that we are currently below. And on the first test, most likely we are not smashing through that, you know. So if we get lucky, and we come up here, we're gonna get a wick above that, maybe to $15.40, which would make sense because here's a prior high. But there we definitely get rejected, come below that trend line again, before we then break it for good and continue to move here in the direction of $20. Let me see here, what else do we have? Uni, also really strong. Look here, green box. I said green box, good moment to re-enter if you missed the bottom trade here from $8.40. So what happened? We came basically exactly to that bottom level here of $8.71 that I pointed out, bounce from there back to the upside. Also good to enter, in my opinion, right now for continuation trade to $12.42. So if you enter this right now, still more than enough profit here, almost 40%, 39% to the upside. Really, really good trade setup for Uni. So we're holding this so good here. I did not expect that this is gonna flip so fast into strong support, you know. So, but it did. As long as we're closing this 4-hourly candle as it is. If you want to play it safe, wait for this 4-hourly candle to close like that. Enter then, because I definitely believe that this the next 4-hourly candle will push here higher. Now, so let's see. Then XRP. Honestly, here I might be, here I might be careful with XRP currently, because we are getting rejected from the $2.90 mark. That could come back down here. Best case scenario is you get then a move up like this. Worst case scenario, you see something like this here, and we come actually down to the golden ratio before you see then something like this. So more or less see an inverse head and shoulders if we go all the way down into the golden ratio to do $2.53. Again, you can start building positions. If we touch $2.72, that's what I would also do. Build a position here, start building it, you know, not go all in, you know, just start building it, 25, 30%, you know, and then you wait. If it bounces from there back to the upside, you add more at $2.90 and then trade it to the upside. If it breaks, you have still 75% of the money left that you want to add into this trade to do that here at the golden ratio, you know. So that is definitely the plan. So now my volume is too low. Impossible that my volume is too low. I think you have broken headphones or broken speakers. Ask the guys yesterday when the alarm went off here on TradingView how loud that was. I'm definitely not too low. So in the chat, guys, give me 2 free coins. We are 33 minutes in here. I don't want to make it too long, these streams here. I also need time to prepare then for the next one already. So give me 2 free coins, guys, here quick in the chat. And then I gonna bounce, go to the gym, and then come back, prepare the next stream. Oh, BONK actually not bad. I did not chart BONK. I will be honest, I have no chart on BONK as far as I know. I know that I looked at it a while back. Is it not 1,000 BONK for exchanges? Yeah. So, man, I'm pretty sure I never charted that. Yeah. Same thing like with many other coins. That, what I mentioned over the last couple of days. Oh, BONK actually pumped here today. Crazy. Everything goes down, meme coins goes up 10% today. Crazy for a coin like that. So, but again, problem. We are here at a massive resistance support flip zone. That needs to flip, you know. So BONK is going for it right now, but you want to have here this daily candle breaking above that or staying at the level where it is right now, and the next daily candle pushing higher. So, but as it looks like BONK seems to be moving quite fast, you cannot wait here for like a lot of confirmation, you know, so because it will just keep going as many meme coins are doing it all the time. So here I would wait personally. Like I said, first of all, you want to wait for a daily close, today's daily close, to see if we are above that line. If we are above that line, then tomorrow you wait for a 30-minute candle to close above that with the new daily candle opening later tonight, you know, so that's what you're looking for, because it will keep going, you know. So I am it looks like that this is really, really strong here right now. Yeah, and look here when I go back, you know, so honestly I expect a rejection from that level because we are below that since January. You know, I don't believe that this at the first attempt is going to break. So and rather get a small rejection. Best case scenario, you get a nice entry here at that resistance, which is the neckline of the huge W pattern here on the daily chart. So I want to do it conservatively, the target. And then the target is 4 cents one. So from the current price, if you just say current price, that is still a 40% move, you know. So if we bounce, if we fall back to the neckline of the W pattern, you're looking at 61.5%. So let's see here. Let's see, what else do we have? So I did not do in a long time actually COTI. So let's do COTI. I need, oh no, I need the other chart. I need here this chart, and then I need COTI. Where is COTI on my list? Oh, okay, nothing. You see, so we start to move now. So strong, insanely strong. COTI down here. Yeah, guys, I cannot tell you how much fucking money I lost on COTI, you know, in the beginning of the year. It hurt so much. It was horrible for me. So here, what you're looking for, let me actually go to a 4-hourly chart to get a better picture. That looks also ready to bounce back to the upside. Definitely watch the 6 cent level, almost 6.1 level that you need to watch here. If that breaks in the next 72 hours, it will start flying, most likely here to that top here, to a 7 cents 6, yeah, 7 cent, yeah, 7 cents 7. That's where it's going to fly to really, really quickly, because that 6.1 level is a big resistance. Look here, it was huge support always when we went close to 10 cents, and when we are below it, it's strong resistance. You know, so once that's breaking, COTI will fly. So then let me go and do quick another one. Is it the same guy or is it somebody else? Someone. Oh no, that. Okay, so let me do what? Come on. Okay, no. Let me do 1 inch, because 1 inch also really strong. Really strong here all the time. So on which list do I have that? So that is this chart, 1 inch. 1 inch holding above the 0.786 level here on the Fibonacci levels. I told you guys yesterday when we went down here into the golden ratio, enter from there. So if you would have entered, you would be massively up right now. So I don't believe that we come here anywhere close to the 0.5 level. I think this is off the menu. You know, it's not there anymore. Gone. So you would be up here already, 14%. If you're looking for a re-entry, also here, 4-hourly chart, you want to see that the next kind of moves away from the 0.786 level on the Fibonacci and starts breaking here 35 cents, yeah, almost 36 cents. You know, 36 cents is what I would be looking for. If we break 36 cents, you can easily enter this and trade the continuation into 50 cents. So that is then still a really nice move here from 36, from there, here to 53 cents, 50 cents, you know, 41 to 48.5 roughly % move to the upside. And it will happen quickly again, you know, so that is just here right now a consolidation phase that we are seeing, where we are gearing up for that next major parabola to the upside. Guys, I have to run. We're already here almost 40 minutes now. Thank you so much. I do another live stream later tonight where we talk more about altcoins and also see what happens with core CPI. So don't miss out on that. And don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and see you with more money tonight.